Well, good morning, noisy highway. I do not miss you. Well, hello, old puddins.fab.shop and old house that made us a family. I do miss you. That's right, guys. We are back at the OG spot. Got the jump pack in the back, and that's because inside the old shop, well, our wagon's been stored in there. Some of y'all thought I sold the wagon because you ain't synced it. Oh no, I just had her hid over here. I don't know our jump pack's even charged. I'm hoping it is. I just dropped KK off at school, and I figured for on the way home, we could just grab the wagon. I figure we just grab her wagon here because we're gonna be working on it today. Well, there she is, plumb covered in her poo-poo from sitting underneath the tree in the backyard, poor thing. Yeah, we're gonna have to clean on it pretty good. At least the poop colors match our patina. That's a nice little accent touch right there. Man, that thing looks tough. You can see in the back here, I'd kind of piled in some of the stuff for the wagon that we needed to take to the shop. And oh yeah, I hope the key for this is in here, because if not, we're in bad shape. Yeah, key's in it, that's good. Now the shop here, as you can see, I ain't even finished cleaning out. Got a pile of scrap here from our old racks. Hey, there's my good beanie. That's my favorite beanie right there. I didn't even know it was here. We're gonna take this battery too. Ain't quite beanie season, but you know, we'll get her washed and have her on stealthy standby. We still got the crane to get from here. We still have wheel hop Wilma. Yeah, so don't think I forgot. We just don't gotta get it right now. Got a section of the floor in the house we're having to fix. So we have this spot for another month probably. So anyhow, let's see if we can get her fired up here. Well, no animals came out, that's good. Wish me luck, wish me luck. Oh, that's bad luck. That was bad luck. That battery on the jump pack didn't sound the strongest. Luckily, this thing seems to hold fuel good and always bust off once you get her cranking. Take off our top tier safety lock. I gave her 2 revs and she died. Sitting there bragging on how good it runs. Listen, I know you're a little mad at me, that's understandable, but I'm here now, okay? At some point, a man goes through a thing in his life where he just needs a little separation, guys. I'm here, dang it. Work with me. Let's try this again. And I now remember that the hood don't stay open because it's missing a spring. We're off to a solid start of the day here. You can say things are going just great. I was a vet, man. I'm sure this battery itself is also worthless. This extra battery, I mean. Now luckily, we got quick release on our positive battery terminal there. It has nothing to do with the poor cranking or that really loose ground. Fairly certain this battery's like dead. And I mean dead. I mean like old dead Fred. We don't get nothing out of that one. I can hear the band back there getting jiggy with it. Back to the new place we go to get a battery or some jumper cables or something. Our yeehaw battery here, where's the thingy at? Yeah, close enough, that'll work. She always seems to be a good little trooper. We keep her in quick release form as well. So maybe we'll just grab this one. That's how we keep the bottom of this battery cool and why it has such a good life on it. Most folks don't know if you keep the battery nice and air cooled like that with some rust holes, it prolongs battery life by up to 36 months. Now let's go rescue our wagon, dang it. She fires right up again, guys. She just died on me. She's a little angry at me. I deserve that, okay? I can take that one on the chin. Little bird poop bandit here. We got some stuff back here, including our caps. We really don't want too scratched up. or our new valve covers y'all ain't seen yet, they got pooped on too. Them birds are having a poop-a-palooza. Hootie, you're supposed to get rid of all them birds. What are you doing up there, just hanging out? Yeah, we gotta get Hootie. We gotta get our thermometer too here. That'll be for another day though. Right now I wanna roll up this window where we ain't losing center caps out the back or something like that, you know what I mean? Brakes on this thing feel so good, guys. Trying to blow some of the burnt poop off of it. She runs good. Got a noise going on I ain't really ever heard before. Maybe a tire rubbing, we've been fighting that. Maybe a drive shaft. Man, I don't know. Does not sound very pretty. About to do the rusty wagon swap. Poop wagon reports for duty, sir. All we've been through together, and here at the end it gets the nickname Poop Wagon. Find us a new hood prop here. The old one should have been underneath there, but apparently it's gone. Kind of set that there so when you bump it, this hood falls on you. Perfect. So, where did we leave off on this thing, guys? I had everything in my brain that we needed to do. So maybe if we look here, we can kind of figure out. Steering ain't happy, service trans, oil. I don't think that's all real old stuff. So I guess I never made an updated list of what we needed to do. Unfortunately, some of it's still related to the stuff we were doing when we first got it on the road. The power steering was leaking, and guess what? When I pulled it out of the shop there, guess what was on the ground? A little puddle of power steering fluid. So that little thing is still leaking. I did get a couple different valve covers for it, or a different set of valve covers. I mean, a subscriber had sent me an air breather for it. The tapping, we know some of that was the valve cover. I don't know if y'all could hear it earlier. There is still a little lifter tap, but we ain't even put probably 60 miles on this motor. And I just want to keep driving it before I worry too much about that. See if it's gonna go away, see if it's gonna worsen. We'll see what happens there. What else? Not an awful lot. We may check the timing on it. We were having issues with it running warm, and I don't think it should have been. Little hard start issues here or there. So we may want to put a timing light on it and see if maybe take a little out of it. Got all the cables and options for the old timing light. And before we check this, we probably actually want to see if we can wiggle a wrench down in there and get that sucker loosened up. It's kind of a pain to get to, and I don't have a distributor wrench. So our clamp is right underneath there. Should be a 9/16, I do believe. I'm gonna try to keep my cuss words to myself. Oh, that wasn't too bad. That was like the perfect angle. Oh, crap. Well, we definitely have to time it now. I tried to go for a very subtle move. I don't think I had that clamp very tight, so yeah, we're definitely timing it now. Timing marks are right down in there. They're kind of hard for y'all to see. Pair that sucker up. This right here is gonna go on number 1. We can get to that right here. Come on, there she went. Oh yeah, I forgot we got this fancy machine that tells you the voltage of your battery and RPMs and all kinds of stuff. Here we go. Now let's see if she'll even start since we cranked on that thing. How come she ain't doing the flashing? I don't know, guys. Apparently it's broke. Oh, hold on. We didn't have that on all the way, I don't think. There we go. Who would have thunk it? If you install it properly, it works better. Let's see how she starts here. Not very good. Actually, I forgot. We need to pull off our vacuum advance. So when we pull that off, we're gonna have a vacuum leak, so we'll just put our gauge on there to plug that. Actually, you don't get no vacuum out of that until you rev it up. So you can see I did a little swap-a-rooey there. That's what we needed to do. Yeah, she's got too much right now. Y'all could hear that started a hell of a lot better. Let's look up a little specs on this real quick. Guys, I think before it was probably, I think I had it back to where it was. You can, as you do that, it changes your idle some, and it sounded just how it was before. And then when I checked that, it was probably sitting at 10 to 11 degrees. Let's see what the internet says. I think it's gonna say like 4 to 8 degrees is what you're supposed to have. Yeah, you know, the internet says all kinds of stuff. I did a quick search, and a lot of people say 4 to 12. So we would have been bordering our high side. For this engine, it may have been a little too much. So I think bringing it back where it's at right now, it's responding good. It's starting good. We took some out of it. It ain't idling as high, but it is idling good, guys. So I actually want to tune on it some. I feel like it may be idled up a little too high. So I just had a hard start again, and I took a little more out of it. I think right now we're sitting right at 5. Before we were 6 to 7. Sitting with really good vacuum right there. Running good, holding good oil pressure. She's just about $1.80 right now. Let's let her sit for a minute or two, and then we'll try to fire it back up and see if it hard starts or not. And if it does, guys, I can't take much more out of it. We can take a little more, but not much. So I did tune on this thing to see if we could smooth out our gauge at all. It was pretty smooth. We're sitting at 20 whatever, 20 inch HG. 20 inches of sucking power is what it was. Pretty smooth there. I did tune on our carburetor just a little bit, and to do that, guys, you always just turn those in. You'll hear it start to bog down a little bit, then you ease it out and just go back and forth. I don't really think I made much of a change on them. Don't hurt to check it while you're there though, you know what I mean? Well, let's see if she wants to fire back up. Maybe the motor just needs broke in some, guys. I don't know. Like I said, there ain't much of an option to take much more out of it. Whatever that was about, you know. What's going on here? Unprofessional opinion. That little not wanting to even try just then, we still ain't tightened up our battery cables, guys, which both of them being loose ain't no good. But when it did actually, it got power and went to start, it busted right off. That time it busted right off, started up nice. I'm gonna let it sit for another 2 minutes again. Right now we're probably sitting at a frog hair. I mean, literally a frog hair past 4 degrees, which is the least amount of timing I've ever had in a small block Chevy, ever. Well, may not be able to get her run right, but whoever did these floors did an immaculate job, I'd say. That was me. I'm gonna take that, guys. I do think it's starting a little better, and it's responding really good. I mean, revving up beautifully. We took quite a bit of timing out of it. I would say in total, probably 6, maybe 7 degrees out total. I know some of my math along the way may be wrong, but I think right now we're sitting 4, 4.5. And I think before we were upwards of maybe 11-ish. You know, it gets a little tricky. Depends on if you're holding the timing light over here or up here. Just the angle even sometimes makes it appear a little different. We're gonna take it. I'm gonna try to lock that sucker down without moving it. Thou shalt not move. Oh yeah, that was a good one there. Got a good 3 turns on it. She's clamped pretty damn tight. We can check the torque spec on that, guys. Passenger car, 1961 Chevrolet shop manual. Someone sent this out. I just looked through a little index there and found our ignition system. Guys, this book has absolutely everything in it. I mean, you can 100% rebuild the car and every accessory part of it just by what's in this book here. So I was looking and I found our distributor here, and now it's the next page over here. There it is. Oh, distributor torque spec, pretty damn tight. That's good, because that's what we did. But they're tuned out a little more gooder, hopefully. Well, I guess time will tell. We did manage to get her nice and hot here, which is good, since now we need to do other stuff on our motor. As we let that cool off, why don't we head out back here. We're gonna take a look at our air breather, because I do believe I'm gonna double snorkel this unit, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's such a cool feature, but man, is it annoying. Well, I ordered us some just Chevy orange valve covers here that came in from, you know, Speedway or something like that, you know, one of them websites. I was thinking of doing a little, kind of making it look factory-ish again with a little twist. Now, I'd been looking for one of these air breathers, but I didn't realize they made them this style for a 4-barrel. And somebody sent this out to me, said it was sitting in their way in their garage. And you guys are awesome. I always try to offer to pay for this stuff I know I can use for sure. So nope, glad you can use it. So thank you, whoever sent this out. See how that sits on there, huh? She gonna fit? Yep, it's the tight fit. We are rubbing our, what you call it back there. Looks like our dipstick may need to be bent this way. I don't think there's a bolt in that dipstick now that my brain's working. We need to manipulate that away. Other than that, she looks like she made clear. That'll get our dipstick clearing. Those will be all right. A little rubbing's racing, you know what I mean? Next, we drop that. Then we drop that. And because these breathers is what comes on these cars, personally, I just like that look better. Now we could run that, especially with it dual snorkeled with the fin valve covers. But if we do the orange ones, they'll kind of blend in. Let's go look in the tool room. Now a while back, old Top Stitch Taylor had given me this unit. And she ain't in the best of shape, and she's, you know, pretty rusted or whatever. She's missing the base, but that's perfect, because if we can get that snorkel off there, we're gonna compare snorkels and make sure they're pretty close. That one looks like it's elephant gunning a little more than this one is down here. I hope we can take this off here and put it on there, as long as them are matching. Well, unfortunately, these are different. This one funnels down and then it runs straight for a while. This one funnels down to the big bazooka tube. Yeah, they're just different. They're not super crazy different, but they're different enough. The stampings up here are a little different. Down here, that what we got? We got seams on this one right there. No seams on that one. Dang it, guys. That was that's what I was most excited about doing on this car this go around, was getting that sucker built. But I can't do that. They're too mismatched. It'd drive me crazy. So I guess we can pull that off there. Maybe we'll try pulling a valve cover and setting one of them, or maybe we can just set that next to our motor and see if we like the colors together. Because if those oranges don't match, that ain't gonna cut it neither. And they're different. I'm sure it looks close on the camera, but that is not the same. I wouldn't be opposed to sanding them down and painting on them. I feel like if we're gonna do that, we might as well do it all, and we ain't got the stuff to do it all, so we just hit a wall. Shit the bed. That's the only reason I even got this wagon out the old shop. About to go put it back. So our leak and power steering pump, I looked online and I found this kit that someone sells where it goes in there. Then it's got the adapter for if you got the flare type like we got. That's what is still leaking on ours. So I'm hoping we'll get lucky with this one, but you know, I ain't gonna put no money on it. We'll probably need some type of drain pan. Yeah, got one right there. Well, GMC 1-ton cap, big 12-incher. Just slide that underneath there. Just slide her about 10 inches too far and you'll be good to go. But we're gonna pull that out and then that adapter out. Machine 11/16. A little loosey. 5/8 perhaps. What do you mean 5/8 don't fit on there? That damn thing was not metric, was it? Maybe it was. 17? Yeah, fits about as good as a 11/16. Whoever tightened that got it tight. Just work that old hand down in there. And here she goes. Try not to make too big of a mess here. 22 millimeter, get that. A 22 mil don't fit that. What about 24? Just want to drop that, that's good. Yeah. 24 will not go on there. I know I was getting it with a socket, maybe the 1-incher. Yeah, that's it. I don't know how many times we've had this in and out now. All I know is it's a lot. So my question is, since that's smaller, is all this smaller? Or did they just machine the nut smaller? She does look a little different as far as this O-ring is down here and not up there. So if I had the O-ring in the incorrect spot the whole time and that's been our problem? Maybe, guys, maybe. Let me Google search a couple of these, see how they're all looking. Let's see where the O-ring goes on these. Okay, I didn't think so. Every one I found online, the O-ring's at the top side because there's a little hole there, which I'm guessing is there for a reason. So it wouldn't make no sense for it to be down there. So I think this one, the O-ring's in the incorrect place. Let's move our O-ring and see if there's a hole behind this one. I was hoping I was wrong and that's where the O-ring was supposed to be and that's why we were leaking. That would actually make me happy if it fixed our leak. Yep, same thing. Move that one there. There is a hole there. I'm about 98% certain that O-ring's supposed to be right there. The child who installed that O-ring was probably just sleepy that day. I want to go check that to our line. This little adapter piece just drops in here. I want to check that to our line before we get it down in there. I mean, that don't fit up the greatest. I'm not convinced that's gonna seal right there. We're gonna try it at this point. It don't hurt. Everything else I've done is leaked. I've never had such a problem like this in my life on anything, guys. Trying to be optimistic here. But there becomes a point after you try a bunch of stuff and nothing works, that you go from being optimistic to realistic, and you go, realistically, I've tried a lot of crap and it ain't fixed it yet. So how are we gonna fix it? When the part that you're trying to use to fix it, they don't even know where to put their O-ring in the proper spot. They don't give you the warm fuzzies that you're on the right track, you know what I mean? I do like the part though, because it's brass and pretty, like these glasses, which my glasses aren't brass, but they are pretty. And that thing is, that plunger is spring loaded, so always getting this started is the tricky part. I think we're started. Tighten that down. That O-ring seals, so we shouldn't have to smoke that thing super tight. And we gotta put our little adapter piece in. She should just slide in. It's at an angle where it just wants to fall out of there, which is awesome. That's what we want. Well, our hose is starting, so that's good. Anyhow, at least we're gonna give it our best Pot County try here. Tightened her up as comfortable as I am tightening it, I guess. I don't know, it didn't tighten up like that other stuff, and the flare on this one is a little different than that one looked. Now this sucker you could tighten up tight. That thing, feels a little sketchy. Feel like we're about to lose some fluid. I feel like that funnel don't fit very well. Put a little in her and see what happens here. Need to put a keychain on our key here. I've about lost it 12 times. I don't know, maybe it did do better than I thought it was going to. I've seen one drip come off of it, but we got all that residual on the bottom, so no surprise at one drip. I expected to see it spraying. Don't spray, and I'll stand back and I'll pray. Please seal up, please. Woohoo! Maybe we get lucky here, guys. I did just give her a little extra smoochy kiss, a little extra torque on it. It did feel like it tightened up a little better there right at the end, which is good. I didn't see any big obvious leaks, so I'm gonna try to wipe this sucker down, and then we'll just have to keep an eye on it. And unfortunately, with this power steering leak, right here is what we're gonna have to keep trying until we finally get it, and/or until we admit defeat and decide to swap it out for different types of styles of lines, because you can get like that flow control with an AN like adapter and stuff like that. So we've got about 1 or 2 more tries, and then we'll look at swapping to a different style. I just like the factory style looking stuff though, myself. That's right, guys. Get myself pumped up, getting a little hype here, okay? Because we're about to move that travel all that I put right in my way. That was smart. We're gonna take the wagon to that side. Now, we've had the wagon body on that lift, but we have not picked up anything besides a 10-foot chili pepper with that lift. Well, in that body. We ain't picked up a car, that's what I'm trying to say. Not that the chili pepper looked bad or anything, she looked good on there. We're gonna pull that wagon in. That way we can clean the bottom up of that real good. Try to have a look, see if we can spot any leaks from the bottom side. But also we kind of had that rubbing noise that wasn't the most attractive thing I've ever heard. So we can take a look at the bottom of the car. We've put some miles on it, so good opportunity to check brakes, stuff like that. Just put eyeballs on it. I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous about using a lift. Mainly because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Couple things. 1, she's running pretty good. 2, them disc brakes in the back, they will definitely fight you on trying to do a burnout. Then if you let off the gas, those brakes will definitely do their job and make sure that car stops like it just did. 3, I don't know how far forward to pull. I should have watched a how to use a lift video or something. 5, I don't think I could have got any more crooked than what I did. 6, maybe I'll do a little research real quick and try again. Centered a little better. Guys, I'm just 2-post lift challenged, okay? Not very good at it. I don't even think we're gonna be able to get them arms underneath there without jacking that sucker up. But maybe, we're about to try. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh boy. We gotta get to the frame too, which is way out there and way lower than this thing is. You gotta have 2 jacks to get the first jack underneath there where you can jack. That's all that goes out. How the hell are we supposed to get to our frame? That's really all it extends? Well, that ain't no good. That one don't quite reach out enough. And this one's actually a little too far. So if the whole car could shift that way a few inches, we'd probably be all right. So jack who don't know jack's gonna shove the jack. And sometimes you just gotta put a little ass into it. I didn't even think it moved. Need a little more, get a lift, they said. It'll make your life easy, they said. That moved, that moved. I think we may be all right there. What about, can we get back to our trailing arms on the backside? It does appear so. Now, I don't know our lift point ratio. Obviously, I'm sure the wider the spread, the better. But that's about as far as we can go forward and get to frame. And that's even as far as our rocker is. So if we even want to try to go there, we ain't getting no any farther forward. So that's got to be about as good as we can do. I'm sure this is one of them things where after we do it a few times, it'll be no big deal. But right now, just a new experience for us. All right, I'm gonna take her up a little bit and see how we did. So the back's definitely picking up. Our front, it was just starting to move, it seemed like. We are sitting on the frame, beautiful right there, perfect in the cut. Looks like we're sitting on that trailing arm pretty good. Both trailing arms are sitting in the pocket. And we nailed it on this side too. So let's give her a little more. She's going. I'm gonna kind of bounce on that with it right there. Because if it is a little sketch, I'd rather know with it here, not way up there. I'd say that's pretty good. I mean, I don't know how much it's supposed to rock that back bend on them arms. That spring's gonna let it rock some. But I don't think it's gonna come off there or anything. There we go. Now we'll be doing some head clearing for the most part. Right here's plenty, because I ain't that damn tall. Found us a rock. Yeah, she's low. We've definitely been doing some scraping here or there. Feel like Mortsky repair here. We got that lift. Let's get one of the lights like he uses. Never mind, I done lost it. There's our Mortsky light. Now we're just like Mortsky. Well, now that a guy's got a flashlight, this guy can go underneath this hoist here and have a look at this power steering leaking. Mortsky can do a way better impression of me than I can do of him. And he can definitely work on starters better than I can as well. Let's clean up this, what's hopefully residual and not a new leak. We should be able to kind of keep an eye on that if it comes back at all now. I mean, obviously we know it's leaking. So I'm just gonna scrub her down the best I can every which way. Try to get anywhere that some of this stuff could be hiding, where we have a idea of what's really going on, I reckon. Kind of look for any surprises now. One surprise I had that one day was our tie rods were actually loose. So they're not loose now, that's good. Shouldn't be any real big surprises as far as eyeballing everything. It all looks pretty good. We do need to get us a dust shield. Oh, transmission leak. We had that right before we started the shop business. And yeah, I do not believe we're leaking at the transmission anymore. That's good. Got some oil here, but man, we had got oil everywhere when we were playing with the valves and all that. So I bet most of that is still stuff that had been running down and settling from us making a big old mess. Mortsky would fail that. Yeah, that's a nylock with only half a thread showing. Yeah, that's a fail. Not a huge fan of this little setup, but I mean, it's got a little wobble and play to it, but I reckon that's how it's kind of designed for some reason. Damn lowriders being in the weeds mowing the grass. No leaks there. No leaks there. But what did we have going on back here? We had some type of funky noise going. Hopefully it's not in the actual rear end itself. Brake setup looks fine on that side. A smart man would have popped the sucker in neutral where he could have rotated some stuff. See anywhere in here where dry shaft has been done anything? It shouldn't be able to, being a two-piece. It's pretty well, she's pretty well locked in. What about on our tires? We got any fresh rub marks? I mean, you can definitely tell it's rubbing. I don't know, none of that looks like it was rubbing hard enough to be making the noise I was hearing. I'm gonna hop my butt up in here and pop her into neutral. Take a quick little climb up here. Neutral right there. Oh, something got a little crunchy sounding right there for a second. Get out of here, you damn birds. I don't know why birds calling irritates me so much. Make you angry enough that you don't even just want to grit your teeth together. You gotta be shitting me. How did I never notice that? Tire guys did me a solid on this one. Just stack all those on that side, and then a couple of them on that side. Don't try to rotate it or nothing, you know, and balance it out a little better. Just put about 20 pounds of counterweight on it. I've got a little rub or grunt here or there out of it, but I can't tell what's going on. What is rubbing? I just heard it again. Maybe the backside of a wheel? Trying to look on the backside of this wheel anywhere. See if I can see bare metal where maybe she's been, maybe like something just barely hits. I don't know. Like that booger, you know, what if that little booger of a weld would have been hitting something? Gosh, that sounds crunchy when it does that. Oh, guys, I do believe I was right. That little booger on that weld right there, hopefully y'all can see that sticking up. I looked at it again. There's a flat spot on it, and watch this. It's right here, right about, I don't know, kind of this area. As we spin up by our caliper. And then when we get past our caliper, guess who's quiet? That's it, guys. Yep, found it. So we need to knock that little booger off there. So we're gonna have to get some air pressure because we're gonna have to use our little woo, woo, woo tool with the nibbler bit. And up here, I don't even have our compressor plugged in. Come over here to our metal side and get our little thingy-majigger. Found it. That's what we're after. Now luckily we got air right here, and we've got it there, and we've got it there, and there, and there, and there. Hell, we've got it everywhere. And that's because we took the time to set this shop up correctly. And I know some of y'all wasn't happy about that, but it's about to come in real handy. Just like getting a cavity worked on. If I was a betting man, the child who welded that steely together was just a little tired that day. Hey, it's magic. No more noise coming from this side. It's good. I think we fixed our odd new noise problem situation. Here we go, guys. Next step. Pretty happy with finding that. We have weight on, or we have the weight on our control arms, which is like having it kind of sitting on the tires pretty close anyhow. We are probably a 1/4 inch gap on this side, and we are probably 3/4 of an inch gap on this side. Now from time to time we are still having rubbing issues. Now on a panhard bar, I think I've explained this at the angle of this. So right now, when this thing pulls down, this is gonna go straighter, and as it gets to its full potential, it's actually gonna be pushing it further this way, which is why we want a little more of a gap on this side. I'm pretty sure we've got down to hitting bump stops, guys, so I mean, that's traveling down a lot. And I really wish we could replicate that, but I don't think I've got enough ugga-duggas to pull down on that sucker. But anyhow, I still wanna, I can tell we've been rubbing on that side. I still wanna give us a little more of a gap over there to try. And this whole situation is kind of like our power steering. This is about my 900th time of adjusting on this, and we just gotta play with it till we get it right. All right, we're gonna try right there. Opened us up out about an 1/8 inch more of a gap on that side. Not a whole lot. Definitely easier to do with the lift, guys, because I can just walk back and forth and see both gaps. Where when this thing's slammed on it on the ground, you're trying to tuck your head underneath there and see, and you can't really see, so you're kind of just eagle-eyeing and guessing. I'm not for certain that's gonna fix us, but I'm feeling pretty confident about it. I'm also feeling pretty tall until I take off my tippy-toe lift kit. Then I'm pretty short again. Pop up real front for a power steering check. No obvious drips as of right now. Please, please, please let us be doing good there. All right, last thing I can think of to check out is our bump stop situation. I mentioned that I do believe we are bottoming out. Bottoming out. I can say the word, guys. It hits and then boom, the back's just hard. So maybe we'll trim on our bump stops. I can definitely tell that this side's been hitting. This side I'd already trimmed on for a brake line at one point. Yeah, I think we're hitting on this side occasionally. I'm gonna just try to reach a knife up in there or something and see if we can't trim off a little bit. Come on. Take a little off of that one. I don't want to full eliminate them. Expedite the process on this side. Same thing, take just a little chunk off. This was one of my new batteries, guys. Did y'all see the power this sucker was putting down? Probably not, probably not. That sucker gets it. Watch that blade. It don't know whether to cut straight, go left, go right, because all the torque being pushed down its backside. Now, it may not seem like it, but the headlights on that car, she's a little crooked. And mechanically, that's all I can think about right now that I was wanting to do to it. I still thought at this point we're gonna be building an air breather. So our headlights are a little crooked because some of the clips in there are broken. And I have driven this thing at night once or twice, and it sucked. They're all aimed down at the ground. You're lighting up the first 3 foot like hell, but the rest of being able to see, not the best. So we're gonna pull our trim rings off here and have a look in there. If we could polish that grill out some. I'm not a very good polisher, but we may have to give her a whirl. Next, we're gonna do the swapperooey to her little flathead. That fell out. I had it wedged behind there, and that's what we're trying to fix right now is the adjustability of them. Main reason we ain't got no adjustability is these clips are broken. These little red ones right in here, they're broke, or like that one is stripped out. Ain't got no threads left, or whatever it has in it. What do we got here, you ask? Well, hopefully, some of them clips. Just playing. It's newspaper. Guardsman arrested in leak of classified military documents. His ass is in trouble. Oh, sweet. It comes with all the screws and everything. So the old ones are riveted. So let's go take off one of the old ones and we'll figure out how to attach the new ones, whether we're gonna bolt them or re-rivet them or whatever. Bought a cheapo set of Craftsman drill bits. We're gonna try this one and see how she does. Like rivets are just spinning. The drill bit's doing really awesome right now. I have a feeling getting all these out is gonna be pretty fun. There went one. Just 1, 2, a whole lot more to go. Oh, you know what? Looks like we can pull these and possibly pull this whole bucket. The only problem is, what are we gonna start breaking then? I don't know about that. That hole's definitely bigger than it should be. Don't push hard enough, you don't get enough of it. Push too hard, you put a 1/4-inch hole in it. There's one side. I guess just use whatever the hell you can, because that's what I did. That rivet right there is just too loose in there. Kind of loose in there. Let me see if I got some bigger ones. That's too big. Looks like we may just be pulling the buckets like I did not want to do. 2 bolts underneath there. A bolt up there I can see. And then all these around here. These bolts are acting like they ain't been out of there since 1969. Probably should have done that from the start. Yeah, just use the hardware that comes with them, guys. Don't make it any more complicated than it has to be. I'm gonna knock out these. This one up here may be tricky. You ever have something happen in your joint or a nerve or whatever, and it feels like you're getting electrocuted for a second, even though you know damn good and well you ain't messing with electricity? Yeah, that just happened to me. But before I turned the camera on, I had a little jolt. Thought I was getting shocked. Nope, just getting old. Be old man pudding. Hell, back in my day, we weren't scared of work, but you kids nowadays, you're scared of it. That's why the whole country's gone to shit. Done gone to shit in a handbasket is what it's done, because you kids. Now this one over here, they had originally riveted that, I think, and then riveted this where that bracket covers that. I did drill with our 1/8 inch through there, but now I'm going to step her out with the Harbor Freight Christmas tree. Just got to get that big enough for that bolt to pass through. Curveball. Them threads ain't long enough. Let's go look in the old hidey hole and see what we got. It's always something, ain't it? What size is that? It ain't that. Alright, so it's a 8/32. Well, that one's a flathead. And I've got them in the same length as those, it looks like. Yep, same length. So a 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So we'll just grab us a couple 1 inchers and we'll cut them down. Our extra there, I'm gonna try to work our mobile slice and dice in there. Yeah, we may make it happen. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4 new sets of clips, guys. Everything went back together except this one down here, so that actually went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. Now this side is DUN as far as the replacing the clips. I'm gonna go grab a sandwich because I'm getting a little lightheaded here, feeling funky. Other than that, I'm gonna knock out that side after I get back. Then we'll go back with a little assembly. Oh yeah, had a little lunch, made a little progress. Got this side kind of lined up even, guys. I slapped that bucket back on and slapped our lights in. We're gonna hop to this side and knock it out. Learned over there where I could show you over here. And this, we gotta start by hooking on our spring-a-ling. Then you flip her up and get your pigtail started. Next, he's got them little slots you put on there. Getting them started at first may be a little tricky because you're gonna fight your spring that's pulling it. But if you get her manipulated just right, you can get them started pretty easy. It may be a little too far up. Now this car sits with a rake. So when it's set down like that, we actually want the headlights tilted back some. And then as far as our left to right, we're gonna do a little trick in a minute. Kind of eyeballed it there. We're gonna close this sucker mostly down and turn that light off right there. Then we'll come up here, turn them headlights on. And honestly, guys, this might be a waste of time because we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to check it once we set it down. But with that shining right there on that wall, as you adjust that left or right, you can see the light move. Hello! I'm gonna take our Jeeper Creeper pad and lay it over those headlights to block that light. So all that right there is our headlight. I'm gonna adjust it, hopefully y'all can see it move. So as I loosen it, it's gonna head towards the center of the door. I can really see it. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up the movement. And now as I tighten it, the light should start to focus and go more towards the PATINA sign. Right in there. Kind of right there. Right in here was my focal point because I know that's a pretty straight shot of my headlight. Now up and down, it may be a little off. We won't really be able to judge that until we get weight on this thing again. I do think we're gonna have to, like I said, tilt them back. But things were just going really good until they weren't. Got that one adjusted. Come over here to adjust the height on these to match that over there. That one was good. This one, we broke our new clip. So I'm not sure what we're gonna try to do here. Maybe we'll check all of our old clips and see which one was our best of them. None of them are gonna be very promising looking though, I can guarantee you that. Oh, it's always something. That one was just being a pain to adjust. It must have been in some type of bind. And luckily our clips got pretty tore up from me taking them off of the old buckets. This one may work. They come with splits in them, I guess, from the factory. I'm actually gonna try like putting a zip tie around that to hold some tension on it. And to make that work, we're gonna risk it for the biscuit here because we're gonna have to flatten out this bottom side, which is definitely gonna make it weaker. It'll work or it won't. Oh yeah. Oh no. I was like, there's some tension on it now. Yeah, can't you tell? Too much. I'm gonna try again here, except this time I wrap that sucker with a few wraps of electrical tape. We'll trim our extra off the back where that bolt can pass through. And that should let it have a little give. So as long as our clip don't break again, we may get away with that right there. Now come on, girl. Be a little forgiving. Be good to me. Come on, classic electrical tape fixes everything trick. Hey, that's working. That thing was definitely in a bind before. It made it right there, went crank, crank, boom, and broke. All right, guys, I'm gonna take that. I can't believe that just worked. Yeah, I can. It always works. Quick gander underneath here. Oh, that ain't good. Just as I feared. They need a little more time to start showing itself. I don't know we're ever gonna fix that power steering leak. Back to the point I don't care. I'm gonna start keeping a gallon behind the front seat and we'll just top her off as she leaks out. Lowered her down. I know that is holding that up some, just a little bit. That right there's almost hitting the bottom of the wall. I think we're gonna be sitting pretty good with our headlight angles. I wanted to check that before we moved on. And before we pop this on, one of the other things we're gonna do in this video is really clean that sucker up. So we may see what we've got to try polishing on this some. We may have to get one of them special combs to get them on the grill or whatever. I don't know. Let's try. Let's see what we're working with. I know I had a DA pad somewhere. Oh yeah, we got that sucker right there. We got some steel wool if we wanted, but any of these type of little buffing pads, these little polishing pads or whatever, I'm hoping our DA pad will get in on most of it. What do you mean I ain't got no Century polish? Just playing. Had to do a little digging, but I got my sweet patina Century polish. Put a little bit of that on my old pad here. I'm gonna take one of our hand cleaning wipes just to get the dirt. Then we're gonna try the old pad. thing of little microfibers thought it was stronger than me, so I thought I'd show it. I could punch its package clean off. You don't want me to punch in the package. Oh, I really opened that thing punching it. Bow to sensei, baby. You knew better. Pow! And when you polish stuff, guys, you really want to focus where it's nice and dented up when you're trying to restore your car and you want it to look beautiful. Where all them dents and dings are, you just polish it. It'll shine so much, most people won't even notice it. For no more than we just did, a little quick polish and a couple karate punches. Which one do y'all think looks better? Dull and flat? Or, oh baby, give me some of that. Clearly that looks better. Little unorthodox polishing there. I've got this sucker offset to the side, and I'm letting it come off there and go between them guys. You could also say I was kind of holding it off to the side there and just letting it kind of shake and vibrate. And with one of these pads, if you're creative, you can polish a lot of stuff. I'm gonna finish the rest of this grill. Definitely worth the 30 minutes we just spent kind of cleaning on. And we didn't do it perfect, guys. You could get crazy on this stuff. But just a real quick little polish on it just to clean it up. That looks 10 times better. I hope the camera does her justice. Justice. All right, what is next for old Poop Wagon? Well, I was gonna try to keep buffing on it, or polishing on our trim. I started back there, but I realized all the trim's covered in poop. Just kind of scrubbing on that poop. It is not coming off there very easy. I believe me and that poo-poo's gonna have a battle. I don't want to wash it today. I'll do that first thing in the morning. Maybe we'll go get the bumper out of the back of the storage shed and look at putting it on the front since we got her on the lift. That poop ain't going down without a fight. I ain't started the storage shed in a while. We may have to fire her up before too long. Here's that real light bumper. Oh, just a little baby bumper. Oh, the world's strongest man. We're doing bumper sprints. Uphill, both ways. Yeah. World's strongest man, clearly. She's plump covered in the old spider webs, front and back, side to side, inside and out. If we can get her on the car, most of this will pressure wash off tomorrow. Main issue with putting this on the car is what hardware do we need and where is it? I should have some, but I do not know. We better look in the back. That's where everything is. Maybe in here somewhere. Right in that general area. Yeah. I think we found some goodies right there. That may be what we're looking for. As long as those are in there, we're happy, all right? That's the cherry on top right there. I don't quite remember how this goes on. I mean, I know how it goes on. I don't remember what all has the bolt up and crap like that. You can definitely tell these big washers are on the front side of this. So we'll just start going back with it and see what happens. Something hitting something, maybe. Oh yeah, maybe this bracket in here. Forgot that goes up and hits our valance. Oh, there's one. There's two. Gotta get a bolt through that bracket, that valance, and then there's a bracket that goes up to the hood support. You can see the vertical piece. We need a bolt through all that, so I put one in from the top and tapped on it, and we got her started. Apparently though, I ain't got any 5/16 nuts, so I'm gonna have to get some of them from the hardware. Got both bolts started on both sides of our brackets, So they're good. Next thing we gotta look at, out here by the fender. I was gonna say, I do remember there's a bracket out here. It ain't lining up very good with nothing though, is it? Sure seems like that whole thing needs to go back some, but I don't know how it could because nothing's slotted as far as the main brackets. Yeah, that old bumper's got to go back somehow because I don't feel like it's supposed to be that far forward. It definitely looked better slid back. And I thought it even matched up over here, which right now it's not. So maybe we give her a couple love taps. Hey-yo! Now we're lining up. Same thing, we're gonna need a 5/16 with a nut. I was gonna say, all right, dummy, if it can't go back because it ain't swiveling and it needs to go back, well, your next option is to rotate her up. This side, you can see all that fits up a lot better like that. We flow a lot better right there. And our holes are lined up. So I'm gonna get us some nuts this evening. I'll run and find some somewhere. We got soccer practice, probably in about an hour actually, so we're not too far out from leaving. I think we're gonna be good with that. We just gotta get a nut started there and on our 2 fender pieces. Now, as far as our little valence pieces that attach to the bumper, those things are beat to hell. They are rough, creased up, bent up. I do believe Friday morning we're gonna go over to Slick's shop because he's got all the sheet metal tools and the experience with sheet metal that he's gonna help me try to line them out as best as possible. I think I'm just gonna kind of pick up for the day, guys, try to keep it clean in here. And we got her here, we did a little mechanicking, got some headlights lined out, a little bit of stuff polished. I fixed a booger weld on a wheel. I mean, I'm not mad at today's progress. Wagon's a little bit closer. Good morning. Got my nuts. Here's my nuts. Let's go grab our valence thingy majiggers, the rest of our front bumper here out the shed. Oh, good thing we did. I thought there were some support bar thingies. I hope there's another one somewhere. All right, we're gonna grab all this. Some's for the rear, some's for the front. So this morning we'll carry on just with our little bumper restoration, I reckon. Reinstallation with a little restoration. Our license plate, I'm gonna just throw it in with some random merchandise order from the website after this video. Someone's gonna get them a nice little license plate wall hanger. Now the bumper's all chrome, but this piece is aluminum, so it's got a little whoop-de-doo, so we're gonna hammer on it some. Right down here we got the Harbor Freight Special. Get most of that out. I mean, we could get real picky there. We flip her over and knock that. That's dinged in, so let's boop, ding her out. Hit it with your dinger. That'll fix it. Hey, Ma, Puddin's out there swinging his dinger around. Got a little whoop-de-doo right there. Let's go see how this fits up, because this side kind of flares and I kind of flattened this out and I may have flattened her too much. It looks better flattened out, but that don't mean it'll fit better. Yeah, she don't look bad. See how that's kind of curving like that? I'm gonna try to follow that. This one flattens out a little bit, but this one flattens out a lot of bit. Just kind of bent that by hand, as you can see, and that flows a little nicer. Oh! Now that one bent real easy. Little crease action never hurt, did it? Overall, that's a more consistent curve in there. I don't like that going forward, so I'm gonna work on it next. Overall, I think that looks a lot better. Let's clean her up just in case it works. She's not perfect. However, she does look a little bit better anyhow. Well, we must have done something right because she lined up pretty good. kind of just picked up on her and tweaked on it. All of our gaps are looking really, really good. Our little strut rod support thingies, went ahead and got the hardware mocked up on them. No big deal. Before we put nuts on this and really cinch it down or anything, I want to look at these little aprons that go on the bottom side. I'm pretty sure these ones that are plumb beat to you know what are the ones that go on the front. Guys, look at that. That is terrible. Yeah, that's what I thought. Those three bolts right there need to line up with them there. And then it looks like it comes around, maybe bolts through that hole right there. So like I said, we're gonna go see Slick and he's gonna help us with this. Some of them creases, I'm not sure the best way to get them out. I can fake patina them if we mess up all the paint. I ain't scared about that. So this is good enough for now. Our one bolt sticking out, we'll get a nut on it. All this other stuff, I'm gonna tighten it down. Oh, I'm gonna tighten it down. Oh, to the ground. Oh. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what does tighten it down to the ground even mean? Guys, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta tighten it down to the ground. It's what all the cool kids are doing anyhow. Around here they call me Backtracking Brandon. Definitely easier to get to this nut in here with that piece out of there. Just because it's easier to get to, don't mean it's easy to get that sucker started. That actual support is right in the way. It's a little bit of a pain. There she went. There she went. Yep. Oh, tight enough. My fingers are stuck. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. You know why they're stuck? Maybe because I stood up. Nope. Maybe because they're just stuck. Oh. All right. Get them old number counters out of there. That baby is shiny. Oh, shining like a hiney. Oh, shining like a hiney. Maybe a little rusty hiney, but a hiney. There was only one bad thing about shining that bumper and getting it looking like that. Like I said, she may have her little rust spots from over the years, guys, but that's just character. That sucker shines up good for no more than we did. That bumper kind of makes that grill and headlights that we did look like crap compared to the sheen and shine we got out of that. But overall, that front end looks probably 100 times better. And all we did was take a same old pad on a DA with a little century polish from the sweet patina and buffed on that sucker. And yeah, that's how, guys, I've showed you and I've showed you and I've showed you. You can polish a turd. As we work our way to the back, I think we're gonna go to the back and get some did. Right there, that's the area that I had to fix all that rust. And yeah, you can see it, especially from here from the side. So let's try to blend on that and make it look a little better. If you know to look for it down there, it sticks out pretty bad. I had a pretty good palette of colors I'd figured out to blend the patina on this. But I did do some purging, so I don't know what colors we got left. I know that was one of the colors we were using. Yep, there's some of the gray. There's, yep, that's the tan. And we may have been mixing a little brown with her, who knows. Well, that poor can's had better days. We'll just try some of this here. And I know we also had an orange. All we have is Chevrolet orange. That'll work or it won't. Got a little bit of that gray coming through, so that's what I'm gonna start with. The gray kind of goes away right in there though. Little spritz of gray. Oh, that's a lot. All right, we were doing better with the gray. We could have left it gray and it probably would have looked all right. Splashed on a little bit of that red right there to kind of carry that down. I'm gonna have to get some cardboard and a paintbrush to make this work. I think most of this we can blend with a decent white color. The white's gonna have to have a little brown to it though. And that primer's a little too red to be brown. All right, I'm gonna go get that brown paint. Get some brown. Little orange to lighten it. And a lot of white, off-white, whatever this color is. We are not off to a solid start. I just made the color pink. Splash of orange. I'd figured out how to match this stuff, guys. I just don't remember what I'd done. So basically the orange is what's turning it pink. Because, yeah, I had a different orange before, and that may be the difference here. Will Puddin' Picasso figure it out? Is he gonna paint his wagon pink? Find out next. Yep, that's not even close to what we're really trying to do here. Man, even you put a lot of brown in there, it can't take that pink color out. We are not doing very good here. I don't know what I'm doing. I had to step back a minute ago, guys, kind of walk away. It was whooping me. And I decided the only thing I knew that had really changed was that orange. So I went and looked in the cabinet some more. And guess what? I found the other orange we'd been using. All you need is a little satin spiced amber. It's like a fall flavor. So since then, I've only used a little bit of this orange and that off-white color. And we've got it looking a lot better. Got a decent base going. This is blended pretty decent. All that's blended pretty decent. And yeah, I'm gonna just keep rocking and rolling now. Sprayed a little white, add a little orange, went through, made a layer, did it again until I got the colors matching where I was real happy. But there's like 3 different colors there. This thing, you can even take, this orange is such a good rust color, guys. You can go like that real quick and it'll kind of just orange the whole thing over, which is good because all that rusty area is just oranged over. So now that I'm kind of happy with our whites and oranges in there, I'm gonna just take some of our primer and kind of tap it in some of these areas, take some of our gray and carry it into some of these areas. Now, I've kind of showed this before, so I ain't gonna show it a whole lot. But if you take the time to find the colors that match your vehicle, and you've got a cardboard, a paintbrush, and a little motivation, you can half blend this stuff pretty good. All right, sometimes I fire from the hip and I'm pretty on point, and other times I fire from the shoulder and miss what I'm aiming at. And that being said, man, that primer looks a lot darker on the camera than what it does in person. Go call somewhere else. Hundreds of acres out here. You want to call right by my damn shop where I'm trying to record. Yeah, I got the poop wagon put up. Y'all can't even poop on it. Get out of here. That primer is showing up a lot darker on the camera than what it looks like in person. As that stuff dries, it should lighten up some. So I'm not saying I nailed that spot, but I don't think it stands out as bad as it was. Well, it does on the camera. Damn, that whole camera just made me reevaluate my whole life. I'm not doing very good, so we're gonna leave it alone for now. Then we're gonna look at our little covers here because we need to straighten them out some. And they're supposed to go somewhere underneath here on the bottom side of this bumper. Our little panel here, she's whoopie-dooed in the corner. She does have a little rot right there. We're just gonna pretend like y'all did not see that. This has got a big humdinger in it. So I'm gonna just knock out what I can knock out. I mean, shoot, they don't look bad for no more than I just did. I don't care about it being perfect, guys. I just want to knock out any of the obvious stuff. Let's go see if it'll actually fit up on the car now. I done figured out this side and put it on, and yeah, I didn't notice the humdinger on that one, but that's all right. Kind of like that rust had never even happened. These little things are slotted, and we just got to get screws through them. They actually do not attach to the bumper. They attach up to the body on the bottom side, and then to like our cross member there, and right there. For this, I'm just taking a sheet metal screw and a little flat washer, and I'm rolling around in my chair because I got to lift and I'm spoiled now. Now there's something way up in there, all the way up in Maryland, and I can't reach it without the extendo kit. So look at this setup here. Guaranteed to wobble or your screw just falls off. Couldn't see for a second. My eyeballs ain't got night vision in them. Cinch that one down that was holding it, and that right there should be good to go. Guys, these panels, you can barely see the dang things, honestly. I mean, they're underneath the bumper. They run pretty flat, so I mean, it barely sticks down. That has nothing to do with my hammer job. Maybe that's supposed to be more like that where you can actually see it. Ooh, and just crease that a little bit. It'll buff out. How'd that get bird poop on it? It's been in the shed, for crying out loud. They opened up the shed. These birds unlocked my shed, went in there, and pooped on the panel. All right, with their booty looking slightly better, let's polish the trim down the sides before we take it to the car wash. That way we can wash off some of the polish when we scrub on this thing. As far as how it gets into our paint, y'all can see here I did a little test piece to see if she was gonna clean up. She does, but that polish gets into her. So I'm gonna do a little buffing, y'all's favorite. Really all I'm doing is polishing bird poop because there's still some on that trim, but don't worry about that. I might just keep Mr. Miyagi in this sucker. Got our driver's side did. It's a little weird. All the trim down the body went really good till I made on the fenders, and then it acted different on this side and that side. Get our jack underneath there, we're gonna lower her down. Should be a direct hit. All right, let's get us a cleaner here. We're gonna take us an extra bottle of the So Fresh and Clean all-purpose cleaner. We got the quadruple zero fine PATINA, fine on top, PATINA on bottom. And we finna find out if this stuff's good for cleaning on our PATINA job out here. Man, that looks a lot better with that bumper on there. Good, another thing here, I reckon we'll just grab this thing to take maybe. I really don't know what we're getting into with the poop battle. If it all comes off like that is, we'll be okay. Just plain, we don't eat our bird poop around here. We'll take the Get Gone degreaser. That's a little bit of a meaner spray. Maybe we'll take a scrub brush or 12. We'll take them and the impact. We may have to impact some poop, clean off the wagon. Slap her battery back in. I only charged her 1 cycle. Let's see if 1 cycle was enough. She seems to be running good. All I've done is pull her out and pull forward some, but I ain't heard no terrible crunching noise anymore. All right, we made her here to the little car wash. I do have the pressure washer at the house, guys. The only problem is with the amount of hose I have in the closest water source, we'd be pressure washing this thing in loose dirt, which is kind of counterproductive when you're pressure washing and just kicking up dirt that's also getting on what you're trying to wash. So we'll just have to come here to our local car wash. If I do remember correctly, one of these windows broke. Yep, good thing I got a solid memory there. It's okay, it'll help wash the inside of it, don't worry about it. I reckon the rest of this will kind of try to seal up anyhow. Rolling up 4 out of 5 ain't too bad. Pretty decent odds. How come this one looks like it's about to break as well? Oh, maybe they're both broken. That one rolled up about 7/8 of the way, which is also not shabby. Let's see how much this poop's gonna fight us. All right, guys, a little scrubbing action here. As you can see, that takes off some of her rust. Should kind of make her colors pop a little more. I'm just using that steel wool, our all-purpose cleaner. Keep your area pretty flooded that you're working on. That where it keeps it nice and lubricated. And this stuff, you don't have to scrub super hard. And unfortunately, I get to go around the whole car, which is probably gonna take an hour. Yo, just had me a little sit here. We gotta be getting close to an hour on this thing. Be real careful on our Mr. Horsepower here. I'm curious if we get a little bit of surface rust off of this. Maybe he'll show a little bit better. Not be hiding so much behind our surface rust. Just a little scrubbing, a little loving, just a little bit. Really, I mean a lot of bit. My shoulder is on damn fire. That's what my shoulder is. I've got to work out today. I've just been scrubbing. I worked out twice in the last week for the first time in 7 years, and I hit you with I ain't got to work out today, like I've just been getting after it or something. I ain't missed a damn workout 6 years, guys. I think I'm gonna skip today because I've been scrubbing. Doing the whole roof sucked. Got my mess cleaned up. Let's see. Yep, took about an hour in total to go around that whole thing. I just washed it a total of 3 times, guys. About tired of seeing the wagon. An hour for the last go around. That didn't even include the first go around. Mr. Horsepower did reveal itself a little bit. Really on like this stuff, that's pretty heavy rust. But it just kind of smooths out the surface, guys. Makes it where it just ain't so rough to touch, I guess. And that's also gonna make it easier when we go to put on our patina sauce. Shoo-wee! Old girl may be looking better, but I got some bad news and some bad news. One, the bad news is, I went with my wife. She had to have some blood drawn or whatever, so I had to go there with her after I left the car wash. And then when I was there, I seen parts of the hood I'd missed spraying. So I went back to the car wash for like the 19th time. And then as I got here, I noticed there's still pieces on the door that I'd missed. So I have to wash that again. I'm gonna just have to go around here and scrub some areas. What is that? Oh, I guess that's just a scratch in the middle. Never noticed. Yep, missed a couple areas, especially down here on the underside of this. So guys, if you can't wash it correctly the 9th time, just try for the 13th, perhaps the 18th time, you'll get it clean, even though it is looking better. The second round of bad news is, as I was pulling up here again, something on the rear's dragging. Obviously, I'm thinking it has something to do with brakes. I could hit the brakes and get it to quit. So I don't know what causes dragging disc brakes, but apparently I should figure it out because this has one and now the Travelall has one. So we drag all of our brakes around here. Kinda like we drag our ass when it comes to washing a car properly, apparently. Oh, we're in it. We're in it. Oh, we're in it. Guys, we got back yesterday. I went over the car one more time, hand scrubbing it. We're going over with our microfibers, getting the rest of the rust that we had sanded on. Overall, the car looks a lot better. But I'll be honest, after running this shoulder and this hand over that car for a grand total of 63 times yesterday, I didn't have it in me to sauce the sucker. And it was almost 5 o'clock anyhow. Now this morning, I'm running around like a madman, AKA Contractor Dan is back at it again. Hey, we got a crew here started, guys. Add-on is going down. So I got to get with these guys from time to time, and we got to go over a couple things, or I've had to. At the old house, come to find out, whoever tiled the floor last time just basically put Band-Aid where surgery was needed. So I've got a guy over there who, we're down the floor joist in the old house in the kitchen, so that's fun, you know. And besides that, the landscapers just showed up to start doing some stuff around here, guys. I know we're moved, I know the shop's done, but we're still in it. There's so much crap going on behind the scenes. It drives me crazy, and some of y'all said I need a break. And guys, the only break I want is the break of everything just being finished. And that's my goal, is to have not to see another contractor again by the end of this year. So our add-on, our fence situation, landscaping, all that kind of crap, I just want it done. I want it done and out of my life, because it really holds us back around here is what it does. Anyhow, y'all seen me do the patina saucing before. In fact, I think Sweet Patina sent me a new box. I forgot it at the house. I'll be right back. Back of this rig right here, we got the hot damn special. Right there, special delivery by the Sweet Patina. Perfect timing, showed up yesterday. My oh my, what kind of secret reveal new product is this? Well, that's their Sweet patina sauce in a can. She's aerosol now, guys. He did tell me though to just use this on my signs and stuff, that for the vehicle he still recommends just using the quart. So I know a sign or two we could possibly try it on, but let's worry about our car right now. I ain't too worried about them signs. Them signs look good enough. No paint, no problem. Yeah. I don't disagree with that. Hey-o, that may be all right. Yeah, we may want to clean that glass first. Oh, fresh quart of the good stuff right there. I guarantee you, there's not a patina preserver on the market that smells as good as this stuff right here. At my funeral, if someone does not dump this wherever they bury me just for the scent of it, I'm gonna haunt somebody. I'm gonna be on their ass. People coming down the hallway, boom, door slams, light flickers. Should have poured out that patina sauce on my grave. It is not boiled linseed oil. That's what everyone thinks it is. Oh, it's just expensive boiled. No, it's not, okay? It's patina sauce. It's like Dr. Pepper. You think they're gonna give away all their little secret spices and flavors? All 32 it takes to make a Dr. Pepper? No, they are not. Just like he ain't gonna tell you what's all in this. It is not. Woo! Man, that's good stuff. It's not boiled linseed oil. Try some of our tearaway towels. Y'all seen me patina sauce before. I'm gonna do it right now since it's so loud in here. And yeah, just pour some on that rag and start giving it hell. A dab will do you. On a smoother surface like our doors where we got some primer and paint, it's gonna go a lot further. In the rust, it'll soak in a lot more. That right there is pretty smooth to wipe, so using the steel wool definitely paid off there. You can see even up here, a little bit's gonna go a long ways. Once you get her wiped down all the way, I went over this one another time, guys. That old metal's just soaking her up. I got the hood on top of our fenders because it's pretty rough. But after you let this stuff sit 20 minutes or so, maybe it takes you 30 minutes to get around the area. You just go back with the dry one here. Just give her a little wipe to get all your excess or extra, read all about it. I got a little too much patina sauce on here. You just give her a quick wipe down. It's gonna get all the loose stuff, and that's pretty well it. I layered the hood again, and it's already actually drying up pretty good. And as it dries, guys, it kind of flattens out. But as you can tell, it gives her a little sheen to it, and it'll definitely help keep water off. The stuff like repels water or dispels or exhales. It does something to the water to keep it off there. It is not a clear coat. It does not stay like high gloss or nothing, guys. It gives it a little sheen and it protects it. Let's go down these sides and we should tell a bigger difference on the side of this rig. Get your rag handy. We can sauce up Mr. Horsepower. Oh yeah. Well, hello there, Mr. Horsepower. Nice to see you a little better. Nice to see you, fake patina. I did. You can have a little patina sauce too. Really helping all this blend together. Oh yeah, that looks good, guys. Watch this little darker color here. Whoop! Look at that color pop. Oh baby. Mr. Horsepower talked dirty to me. Just playing. He was just a little dirty. We scrubbed him, we sauced him, we loved him, and he looks a lot better on there. What about this stuff up here? Yeah, bring out a little bit of that character, huh? Give her a little pop, a little pizzazz. a little, oh baby. And y'all may notice I ain't reloaded this rag yet. I told y'all once we got on the side stuff, this stuff would really go far. Woo! Give her a little depth. The fenders, or the front clips of these cars, were actually primered black underneath there, which is why you see some black coming through, like around Mr. Horsepower. Or obviously the bodies were actually primered with a red oxide primer, which is the majority of what's left on this side. So if you see an X-frame car and you're curious why the front end looks darker than it, sometimes you'll find them sun-baked and you'll be like, yeah, someone put a different front clip on that thing at one point. Not all the time, guys. If it's like a little off shade of gold or off shade of this, but they're the same color, more than likely it's from the primers underneath. I do believe that to be true to the best of my knowledge. If anyone knows better, correct me. But if I am right, which I think I am, there's your paint tech tip of the day for X-frame cars. And like these sides, that stuff applies so easy, you could even just main walk and do it, guys. I mean, just get after it. We'll record a little closer down here. We should pick up some cool colors. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. I'm gonna knock out the rest of this side, guys. Come around the corner here and we are home stretching as we go down this side. Got some beautiful color down in here. And I get it, guys. You're not a patina person. You're like, there ain't no beautiful color, there ain't no paint, you idiot. And that's fair. As I continue to get older, I've actually started to like vehicles with paint jobs. But do remember that I tried to fake patina that exact Datsun when I was like 17 years old, guys. And that was exactly 15 years ago. So patina wasn't a huge craze then. It's just what I've always liked, is what I'm saying here. If you are a patina person, when you see something like that right there, that just looks awesome. I can call this thing the Moo Moo cow with these colors, looking like an old moo cow right here. Moo! Hopefully y'all can tell she's looking a little better. I did notice it did not enhance the primer as much as it did the rusted areas or the painted areas. So the patina car, guys, that's part of it, okay? It's a roll of the dice. You kind of know what you're getting, but you know, different products. Y'all see me patina sauce a lot of cars. This one just seemed to soak the stuff up. So, you know, everyone's a little different. I'd like to pop the caps on this sucker, except if I remember correctly, it seemed like one was wanting to fall off. And I'm just guessing because these are aftermarket Steelies. I'm sure it's however they were manufactured. So let's just try popping on a cap here and see what happens. Shine on our wheel a little bit. That's what I was just very worried about. These caps were pricey, guys. Finding a nice set was not cheap. To me, these are what make vehicles, like the right stance. Whoa, about hit myself in the face. The right stance and the right wheel and tire combo. And I do not want these suckers falling off. And I can already tell that's 100% what's gonna happen. Oh, that's disappointing. What about these over here? Not what I wanted to run on there, but you know, if they'll pop on for now, I'll take it, because this is what should be on there. This will probably tell us if it's the cap or if it's the Steely. You should not be able to just grab that like that. These damn Steelies. Hell, even the back ones I think I just could pull off pretty easy. Damn aftermarket wheels, garbage. At least that one sounded like it popped on. That sucker's on, I think. I think that right there is the best we're gonna do, guys. It's a pretty cool center cap I had in the old storage room. I think Adam gave them to me, maybe. They're obviously not as shiny as them puppies, not as cool, but I did polish them up, and at least it ain't just like a plain old baby moon looking cap, you know, something with a little character to it. Probably off the C10 truck if they had come from him. Out of all the caps, they seem to be clicking on the best. So I hope we don't lose one, and I'm gonna try my luck with them. I don't think y'all understand how devastated I am right now. When you're a Steely and center cap guy, and you've got this already pictured in your head, man, that's a tough pill to swallow, to know that those nice caps I have won't go on there. Some of y'all will probably like those ones even better, maybe, I don't know. Let's polish these suckers up, the other two. That sucker's shiny like a hiney. Oh yeah, little extra spit shine on the end. Now I've not tried these yet on our back wheels, but the back wheels felt better than the front wheels, so I'm assuming if they'll work up there, they should work back there. Oh, I know you heard that. That's the sound of one popping on. Not just kind of went on, sort of went on. That baby popped on. Let's do a dramatic rollout and see if she looks any better out here in the sun. Oh baby, I like that, guys. Yeah, that looks way better out here in the sun. I wish we had a little more pop on them caps. Like I said, we need tire shine it and clean the glass, but Slick's at his shop waiting on me, so we're gonna head that way. We got both caps on this side, which is good. Woo, y'all can see that sheen on her now, can't you, out here in the sun? And we got both caps on this side. Winter, winter, hubcap dinner. But 10, not even 10 miles, 2 miles, 4 miles on the wagon, and she's just falling apart. This door won't close, now it won't open. Just made it a little looby dooby. She keeps running out of fuel, and what I mean by that is when I go to start up, I gotta really pump on it and get some fuel in there. Fuel filter's nice and empty. It did have a vacuum on it. Is that supposed to vent somehow? I don't know. Everything on the fuel system's brand new. So yeah, maybe we just got a weak fuel pump. Wouldn't be surprised there. May have found some of our issue here, guys. Could even be related to our brakes, because the exhaust there is really close to our rear brake line and our fuel line. Now those are in the factory clips where they're supposed to go, but that don't change the fact that that's really close right there. So we're probably gonna end up having to build a heat shield for that at some point. Seem to remember doing that on my 64 and it helped a lot. I was having issues with the fuel vaporizing or whatever. But right now we're here for this. So let's get to business. Slick seen that and said, oh boy. Real easy stuff, slightly creased. That's the shape of an S.
That's terrible.
Ain't nothing left to do besides whoop on it. All we gotta do is everything.
You'll need a big hammer.
Don't knock off my undercoating.
What's it supposed to look like?
Good question. Well, it's already looking better. This is gonna meet up to the bottom of the fender. All I know is it's somehow bolted to the car still.
I don't know how.
If you want to tell me to piss off, go away and find different parts, I can.
No, I can.
Here's how to lose a finger. Shoot, that's pretty good. Y'all always thought I was playing when I call these things sheet metal hammers, huh? Look at the sheet metal expert, guys. He verifies this is what you're supposed to use. This right here is making a huge difference, guys. Having this to be able to smack on, opposed to if we were just putting it on a tabletop, we probably would have been pinching the metal and putting it in even worse shape. I need to get one of these little sandbags or whatever they're called. Guys, if this ends up turning out good, it's more than likely just from that piece of metal underneath there and wherever it came from. That's right, it came from me. I built this out of some scrap metal back in the day when I was patching up quarters on a Model A. And this is what I had for sheet metal work. I was putting that lip in there and bending it around it, folding the edge. I gave her the slick, and I didn't know it was still getting put to work over here.
Only when people bring stuff like this in.
Little shrinking action, because as y'all can imagine, this being creased and all that stuff, guys, that actually stretches your metal. Pretty sure that side's like it too.
Yeah,
so we had a big old lip sticking up there, and just shrinking that down just shoves it all into each other, guys. Knocking the patina clean off. Don't worry, it'll rest back and blend. She's still kind of humped up right in there, huh? Yeah, don't worry about that. Real quick, Slick, tell them what the point of the slapper is here.
So it's pretty much just a hammer. You just have a wider range to hit instead of just a small area.
So you kind of distribute your slap,
yeah,
instead of just being a pinpoint.
If you get a bunch of waves, you hold a dolly and just go to town, versus just a hammer just works in a small spot. This works in a big spot.
Just slap the crap out of it. So y'all had seen the pretzel we had started with. So here we go. She's kind of back to what we think is shape, or should be close to shape, and we're gonna kind of, you know, just eagle eye it into place here. So we actually kind of matched down here, so I don't know if that's supposed to then gradual over or what.
I think it's supposed to be like that.
Shape wise on this, guys, I think we're good. I thought that was supposed to match a little more, but Slick made a good point, and that's why he's a sheet metal expert. One, had this ever changed over here, this would be split or crunched up or something, which it's not. Two, this piece here, we actually need to knock it more back this way to favor this side, because that has to lay flat and it goes up on the bottom of our bumper bracket. So all this matches up good. That's matching up close enough. That is too. This one here, as long as we match it to this angle a little more, I think we could get it bolted in. Well, what do we got here? Guys, look, you can see where all them creases were. They're smacked out for the most part. I just held this one up after Slick worked his magic on it a little more. We may have to waller this a hair to get it started, but you can tell the bolt was favoring that side already. So it had been like that. So we may have to manipulate it on it some, but this sits horizontal with our fender. So if you put that like that, that's what you're gonna see on this piece, guys. This attaches to the bottom of the frame, you know what I mean? So that right there looks a hell of a lot better than the crushed soda can we started with, for sure. Now we're just gonna try to match that one to this one.
If you really want to get it perfect, you'd have to strip it, and you'd have to put a shrinking disc on it, and then planish it in the shrinking disc, and it'd get every little thing out, but
we'd have to strip it down to bare metal completely,
and then re-patina it.
I don't want to do that. All right, there's a little, that tells a little part of the story of the car. It had crappy bumper, and we had to whoop her back to semi-crappy bumper.
She might have been airborne at one time.
Or twice. So we're just gonna kind of, I hop in when he lets me. Just gonna beat on this one and get it close.
Bill! hurts from carrying the team.
Yeah, Slick was carrying the team all right, because there's no I in team, Slick. You didn't let no one do anything.
M and an E.
Yeah, there is an M and an E. And somehow that spells you. You wouldn't let no one else touch the damn thing. He's whooping it like it owes him money. That's all I'm good for, is standing here and hold this for him to have eyeballs on.
And whining about his ears.
Yeah. Huh? What do you think, Bill?
Good to go.
It just happened. I heard it. Yep, we lost the cap. Just run on by the Taco Bell and you'll be close to it. Here it is. It popped off back there, so it skidded a long way. Didn't get too tore up. Found a Pokemon card. Just some damn energy. I shot a hubcap at you, man.
I know, man.
How much are your watermelons? All right. Got us a cap, got us a melon. That's what we need. Support your local everything. Support your local YouTuber running around on the side of the main road like an idiot. What in the broke down Chevrolets we got going on around here? That's my buddy Chris, and that's his Chevy, and he told me it broke down on the way over. Adam's here. That's a surprise. Yeah. Let's see if she'll run off this dirty water. Got Folgers in there, dark roast.
Is that what you drink? Folgers in your cup?
Decaf. I don't need that extra energy. I got enough for everyone here. Go ahead. It'll make life easy, they said. Adam said he was good over there to help them. I don't know if they're gonna be dragging it, towing it, whatever. But either way, I'm gonna get this thing on the lift. 1, to put our panels on, we'll make it nice. 2, we still got something dragging on the back. 3, I'm still bottoming them out on something in the rear. It wasn't just the bump stops. Welcome to hot rodding. Welcome to customization. Welcome to low rider problems. Welcome to the custom car world. 3 hours later, we've got her on the lift. These guys out here are throwing it down, guys. Look at them go. Oh, baby. And I'll show you at some point. They're doing some welding too. I've seen some boogers on some weld up buildings. We probably don't want to look at this one too close.
Nah, don't look at mine. It's bad.
Yeah.
Looks like they didn't have the gas on.
I would say them boys out there are throwing down, but them men out there are getting after it.
Yeah.
We're gonna get our panels on the front, see what it takes to kind of manipulate them where they need to go.
My lovely assistant will hold that in for me.
Assistant Hill. I run the show over here, bud. So let me show you guys what we got going on. Of course, these 3 all line up over here. Boom, boom, boom. Coming around here, we've got a tab in here that's lining up pretty dang good. So that leaves us this here. Once you can see, there's a hole there. So we may, I don't know, that we could manipulate it and get it over. What we could do though, is just on this little lip, drill us a new hole. I don't know, it'll shove over. There we go. Boom, baby. Got a screw started. Our tab in there is lining up pretty dang good. We'll bolt through it. And we gotta get a few more bolts on this thing and tighten it down. I'm not gonna show bolting all that because that's all it's gonna be. But that right there is definitely pretty damn good considering what we started with and not even having another good side to compare it to. This side lined up just beautiful, guys. This side, Slick noticed we're missing a tab in here. Should have broken it off. So we're gonna have to make one. So we'll just kind of eagle eye our other tab in there. She goes about 1 inch. She breaks about 1/4 inch. Then she goes about 1 1/4 inches with the hole probably being about 7/16 or 1/2 inch from the edge. Ain't got no little pieces of sheet metal in here. Yeah, I do. That right there will work. Putting a little jog in this, or trying to anyhow. Not the prettiest thing I've ever done, but it'll work. Put power everywhere but where I needed it. Just a few little tacks there into our nice rusty metal. We're keeping it where we're hopefully can manipulate that if need be. Here we go, round 2. Whoever eagle-eyed that tab just did a superb job. Going good until it wasn't.
What happened?
My weld broke. We're just gonna work her some, guys. We tweaked on it some, held her in place, marked where we need to tack our tab again. She's buttoned up, guys. Got that side on. She don't fit quite as tight there as our other side does, but that was the side that was super crinkled. Y'all seen what we were working with. Can't be mad about that. Even the amount of paint stuff we knocked off there don't even look bad. Matches the rest of the car. I mean, shoot, we ain't even got 4 hubcaps on her, for crying out loud. Now we're gonna do some sketchy things, no one do what we do. But I'm gonna lower the sucker down and we're gonna get jack stands underneath that rear end, trying to get the weight down on it. We'll put something underneath the front because obviously we don't want to teeter it off there, but we're trying to see what's hitting on the back, what's bobbing them out, because I ain't got a clue. Slick jack standed the front for us. Yeah, see how much tire that sucker tucks?
Yeah, it was above the...
Damn near tucking bow tie, baby. That's why we didn't lose a rear cap, because it can't fall out of there. Pa-pang, pa-pang, pa-pang.
The shocks look pretty. Look at the shocks.
Yeah, shocks are getting there. What's going on here? Is that leaking right there?
Yep, that's a weld leaking.
Factory weld right there. Little pinhole. I'm gonna bounce the sucker.
Okay. Oh, yeah, something's hitting.
What is that?
I don't know. Oh, it's your... Do it again. Dude, look at this. You got no suspension. It's hitting on the brake tab.
Oh my goodness.
Look.
Found it. Oh boy. What kind of dummy? Well, it's only that side right now. What happens when we move that and it settles more?
It gets lower.
Well, that sucks.
Did you weld those tabs on there? It's that factory tabs.
It was me. Guilty as charged. I'm like telling him, I'm like, something is bobbing him out back there. I'm like, it don't ride on that. I don't know why it's on it right now, because you rode in there, you know when you hit that thing. I think the front has it shoved back some, because you don't ride on that, but it don't take a very big bump to find it, if you get what I'm throwing down. So, yeah, that's a problem.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie daisy. Someone must have been tired. The night I put them on, it was like 9:30 at night, and I'd been giving her hell for like 15 hours. Should have just called it quits. Yeah. Here we are. Look, guys, our parking cables were hell for me to get started. But I got them started and in the clamps, but look how tight that is. What I'm wondering is, as we're driving, as that's bouncing, is that somehow pulling the lever for the parking brake, and that's what's making the dragging noise.
This side's moving more, buddy. Look at this side.
That's it. We're just doing all kinds of problem solving. What kind of janky jalopy jackass built this thing? Guys, this is called shakedown, okay? We're still probably less than 75 miles on this car. And yeah, we just laid up underneath this backside and found 3 problems. I haven't had no problems in the front end that I'm aware of right now. It still needs aligned. I eagle-eyed it pretty close though, because she drives like a dream. Actually 4 problems, right? We need to weld up this hole that is a factory thing. We need to change our brake tabs. I'm gonna change them on both sides. We're probably gonna move them down to here eventually. 3 is the park and brake cable. Okay, so yeah, found 3 things we need to address underneath here. Hopefully that park and brake cable is, like I said, our dragging sound issue. And 4, we are gonna pull them. I didn't lube up our sliders, so I'm gonna do that as well whenever we get into this whole hind end. We'll figure it out, but that ain't gonna be today. We ain't gonna have enough time through the weekend, everything going on, to be tearing the back of this thing apart. That'll have to be for another week. There goes old Slicky and the old Love Tappy. Love Tappy Tappy Tappy. Guys, I'm about love tapped out. We're rolling into the weekend here. I don't know what we got going on tomorrow. She done told me, I forgot. That's what I do, you know. Mama keeps us running behind the scenes. Get that loud turd out of here. I updated our list for this thing. Extend our cable. We need to build a heat shield up there. Move tabs, lines, bleed brakes, that pinhole. We got a brake drag, lube brakes, also related to our cable. I still want to try to clean the glass. It's like got this stain kind of thing going on. Interior, we still need to cover a couple holes in the floor. Throw some Mexican blankets on the seats, polish some panels, and I need to have her aligned. All of this is finishing up, or all of this is finishing up aesthetics. All of this is finishing up drivability, with alignment just being the making sure everything's right. We are still power steering leaking. I'm gonna try to weigh some options there. I'm not too worried about it right now, to be honest. I'm kind of burnt out on the power steering. But guys, I had a real solid few days, even though I don't feel like I got as much accomplished. I just told Slick, knowing the problems that were going on back there, like having an idea of the solution to them, makes me feel better rolling into the weekend. That way I ain't picking my brain going, what could it be? Could it be this? Could it be that? Slick was looking underneath it, and he's like, man, this thing is nice. And yeah, that's just part of it, guys. You can have a nice car. You can still have shakedown problems. That's what happens when you build them. And yeah, we're still working them problems out, but we're gonna get them, and we ain't gonna let them get us. So I reckon that's it. We got to use the lift. We got to really work in the shop the first time. Slick really just enjoyed it. We kind of had a conversation about it, and he's just like, you know, it was cool to get to work in here together for the first time too. I hope to have Slick helping us with several projects as we're, you know, go forward as we can on stuff. So big thanks to him for lining out them panels for us. I would have got them close, but not that close, I promise you that. Car's looking better. We got to use the shop. What more could you ask for? Guys, I'm on Patreon. I'm on the Instagrammer. I actually do have a Facebook page. I never have mentioned that, but there are some followers on there. So if anyone wants to start hopping on there, I don't do much with it, but it's there, okay? So I reckon that's it. I've got more running around to do to follow up on some stuff. These guys gave it hell today, and yeah, they're moving along. Not bad for a day's worth of work on their part. And they throw down some nice welds too. It ain't all just bubblegum boogers. And I've seen a lot of shops that are bubblegum boogers, okay? So it was cool getting to see how much they got done today. But I will see you guys next time. Do not forget, sitting on your ass won't finish your project. And hopefully the car stuff keeps rolling. This last week was a little different because I had to do 2 second channel videos to get me ahead a week. But hopefully going into next week, we can get more and more done each week, guys. Hopefully keep cranking this car content out.